So I'm not here to recap it for everyone. It's way too much to go over. I'll leave a link in the description of the mega thread of everything as it's going on. There's a lot right now, and apparently there's even more coming out. I couldn't even begin to cover it all if I wanted to. But the long story short is that there are tons of crimes being committed in the Smash community and have been for years. The stories are all coming out now, and yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff I don't even want to repeat. But a lot of sexual assault, um, a lot of child predators, and yeah, sucks, and it's coming from people that we never would have thought of. It's coming from people with a lot of, I don't know, clout within the community. A lot of big people within the Smash scene are being exposed for who they really are, and it is insane. But I'm here making this video to try to present ideas on how we could move forward. This isn't the be-all end-all to-do list on, this is how we improve the scene. I'm merely throwing these ideas out there. We need something to help push us forward. So I'll go ahead, get right into it. The first step is already taking place. It's happening right now. The fact that people are coming out with their stories, and that is amazing. And they're coming out very, very fast. And this is a very good thing. The fact that they are comfortable enough to come forward with their experiences is a very good thing. It's a very big first step, because now it sheds light on this. We know what's happening, or what has happened, and we need more of that. We need to keep up that same energy. Like the fact that people are comfortable enough to come forward like this, yeah, that needs to stay. That cannot go anywhere. This has to be the standard. So that is the very big first step, and I'm very thankful and very proud of everyone who is brave enough to come out with their stories. I know it's not easy. I know it's not comfortable. You're not chasing after. That's not what I mean. You're coming out and exposing people that have these huge followings and these insane fan bases. And it's not easy. It is not easy at all when people have thousands upon thousands of drones willing to come bat for them and jump at their defense, even though they're completely 100% in the wrong. The fact that Zero came out with multiple statements, people defended him every single time. The fact that Jisoo came out with a 64-page document with, timelines, screenshots, all this stuff, and people were still defending him. That's why people have a hard time coming forward, because they're afraid of the backlash from, that person's fan base, the community in general. And then on top of that, reliving these experiences, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So I am, like I said, very thankful that everyone who came out with their experiences, came out with their stories, did so, and felt comfortable enough doing it. You're very brave people. Please, please, please continue doing so. Or if you haven't talked yet and you have a story that needs to be said, please speak up. Please do not be discouraged. It needs to be said. So yeah, big first step is just shedding light on what's happening. The second thing that needs to happen is that when people come forward with their stories, with their experiences, we need to take the claims seriously. A lot of this stuff that has been coming out This happened literally years ago. Some of it was even talked about several years ago, but they were just rumors, people trying to start drama, and they were swept under the rug. Everyone brushed it off because, oh yeah, no, I know that person. They wouldn't do that. That's my boy. No, he wouldn't do that. A lot of stories like that. And as we are all learning, you can't take everyone at face value. Like I said, a lot of these larger people within the community, a lot of figureheads that we looked up to, that we thought were cool, people in higher places, like, yo, you are my friend. How could you do this? Yeah, so you can't automatically brush anything off just because, oh, I know that person, or you think you know that person, or that's my boy, whatever. A lot of this could have been taken care of a lot sooner had the claims just been taken seriously when they had originally come to surface. So, step one, just keep up this environment that we have here where people are comfortable enough coming forward with their stories. And then step two is need to take the claim seriously, put on our Sherlock Holmes hat, look into it as it's happening, not several years later when accounts and, messages are deleted and gone. Needs to be as it's happening, so we have the concrete proof and evidence right then and there. And then it's the same token that we can't just brush off the claims, like literally just like victim blame, more or less. You can't jump at the accused at the same time. Like I said, we need to put on our investigative hats, look into it, get down to what really happened as it's happening or just right after it happened. So we're not coming out with misinformed opinions, more or less. Because even though, yes, there has been a lot of things that have come out, and a good overwhelming majority of it has been true, there are one or two stories here or there that have been proven to be false. And that hurts people too. So, may be hard at first to remain neutral, but like I said, the process should be someone's comfortable enough to come forward with their story, and then it's a claim that we take seriously as a community, look into, determine what's truth, what's smoke and mirrors, and then, able to figure it out from there. So this next one is going to get a little tricky. I'm not even sure how we go about doing it, but there needs to be actual punishment for crimes. Yes, I am well aware that people that do these things, they're child predators or do sexual assault. They are banned from the community for life. They're not allowed to come back, but that's all that happens. And I do realize that that's really, at the end of the day, all the Smash community can do, but there needs to be actual, legal repercussions for these things, because these are crimes. They are legitimate crimes, felonies. I can't express that enough. It's not fair. It's not a punishment that fits the crime when we just ban someone from being a part of the Smash community, and they just go about living their life. That's really a slap on the wrist. I know there's cases where there have been these things taken up to the police and nothing ever came about it. I don't know. We're going to have to find a better system to make sure that these crimes are put in a legitimate legal system and ran through there so that people don't more or less get to walk away scot-free. Just come here, have their way, and then just walk out all willy-nilly. That is not okay. And I think if we follow what I said previously, it it'd make it easier to actually, like I said, get these people run through the legal process. So the next few things we're going to mention here is just things that would help us avoid these scenarios where people are put in very, I guess, vulnerable situations. Yeah. So when it comes to, I would say, majors, I know a lot of people are going to hate me for this one, but this can't be taken off the table. We might need, at a major level, like a national level, it wouldn't be, I guess, feasible at local levels, but on the national scale, we definitely should consider splitting up like a JV minor league and then like the adult league. And I know a lot of people don't want to do that because you have freaking prodigies that are kids and they can come up and compete with the best of them and they can still make, top 32, top 16, or in Leo's case, literally be number one. But here's the thing. You cannot tell me that, the kids' opportunity to prove themselves as one of the best is more important than their own safety. You cannot convince me otherwise. So, like I said, on a major scale, that might need to be a thing. And no, I don't think it's fair either. But if that helps reduce the chances of any of this happening to the minors, I'm all for it. And you should be too. And I guess building more on what we might need to happen on the major scale is more friendly setups. I would like to see this on a local level as well, but it's not very feasible on the local level. On the major scale, it's still pretty tough because you want every setup possible to make the tournament run faster. But having more friendly setups, it makes it less likely. I don't know. It's a common thread. One of the common threads here going on in these stories is like, oh, let's go back to my place. Let's go back to my room. Let's play Smash and practice. And if you have more friendly setups in venues, it reduces that excuse, right? Oh, let's go back to my room and play Smash. No, there's like 10 open setups over there. We can play friendlies, like right here. We're already here. Let's go play over here. And you don't have, like I said, it's just reducing the odds of you having scenarios where someone is in a vulnerable position, not as likely to be taken advantage of. It's not a be-all, end-all fix, like I said, but anything that helps reduce the chances, like, it needs to be on the table. So those are things we could do on a, like I said, major, national scale, kind of scaling it back down to local. I should have thought about this better. Like I should have, I don't know, organized my thoughts better. But on the local scale, I would say require parents to be present. That might be needed on the national scale too. Maybe we'll just have to have parents required to be there in person for their child's games at like tournaments. Yeah, especially with everything that has gone down, everything that's come out. I if I was a parent, I wouldn't take any risk anyway. I don't even know if I'd let kids show up, my kids especially, show up at these things. But yeah, like I said, anything to help prevent this from happening, to help create a safe and comfortable environment, it needs to be up for discussion. So I would definitely for sure require it on the local level. Again, I'm not in charge, but yeah. So have the parents get familiar with the local scene, the people there, who their kids are playing games with. And I feel like that's especially important there because the local scene is what you're going to be around the most. So parents really need to know who is involved at that level. So, and like I said, it may be needed for a national scale too, for obvious reasons, but I definitely feel that's more important on the local level. And I guess continuing from there, as far as like minors go, the interactions need to be left at Smash Bros. Like, no inviting them to come hang out and party with you guys, especially if there's alcohol there. I would just leave it to tournaments, leave it to friendly setups at venues, leave it at that. That's all the interaction you should be having with anyone that's freaking that much younger than you anyways. Like, I went out and I traveled to a metric butt ton of tournaments across the country, and I've met pretty much everyone that was in the scene at the time, because it was like 2015, 2016. So when I was active, going around, flying everywhere I could. Yeah, I meet them at the venue, chit chat for a bit. I have a Smash cert where I got a lot of signatures. I might have to burn that shirt later, get a new one and start over. But yeah, met all these people within the Smash community. Like I said, tons of signatures, had so many interactions across the board. And again, with the younger players, way younger than me, and that's where I leave it. Honestly, when I'm at majors, I barely even, pretty much all the interactions are right there at the venue. Like, unless it's someone within my circle of friends, we go out and get food. I really don't interact with anyone outside of that venue. It's just not right. I have no business talking to, like I said, these players that are freaking a dozen years younger. I'm so old. But yeah, no business doing all that. So I don't think there's any business for any adults to be, like I said, inviting the minors to come out, hang out, party, play Smash outside of the venue. None of that. Shouldn't be a thing. So going on to the next topic, it is nothing we can do. This is specifically aimed at Nintendo. Actually, the next two things are aimed directly at Nintendo. I'll go over this one first. Better online, better Wi-Fi for Smash Ultimate. And no, this isn't a joke. Like, this is very serious, because as of right now, the only way to get better at playing in real life, in tournaments, is to play in real life and in tournaments, because the online is so atrocious. It is, I mean, yeah, you could argue, like, oh, it's good for learning matchups and getting matchup experience, but it's not actually good for pulling off, your actual tech skills, like actual combos. I don't know. It's very not optimal at all if you want to play in tournaments. So making the online better, if they took their time to do that, there'd be a whole lot less reason for people to meet up outside of attending tournaments to, like, practice with other people. You could just sit at home, play online, and if it was a good experience, if it was smooth, then you could just get your practice at home without having to show up and, like I said, put yourself in these vulnerable situations, putting yourself at risk. So yeah, whatever, it's a meme. Smash Ultimate Online's trash, but no, it needs to be fixed. Like, if Nintendo, if you're watching this and you want to help prevent situations like this happening in the future, you need to give us less reason to meet up offline. Like, I don't know why this hasn't been a thing yet, but yeah, just reduce the need to have us meet up in person. And the second thing aimed at Nintendo here is that, this is going to sound terrible, especially since after everything that happened, Nintendo came out and made a statement, and we're all talking about how, like, Nintendo's never going to support the scene ever again. Nintendo's avoiding this like the plague. And honestly, I would not be surprised if they took that approach. Nintendo has killed entire apps for a lot less than what happened here. Nintendo literally shut down all of Swapnote on 3DS because there was one person who was able to get in contact with the kid and exchange messages. And then I didn't realize this. Apparently, the video chat on the Wii U, that app was also shut down for more or less the same reason. I never knew because I only did it once when the Wii U first came out. I did a video chat with Dark Cloud just to see, hey, it actually works. It was a novelty. I never did it again. But apparently that entire app was shut down because, like I said, another adult was able to get in contact with the kid, and it did not go well. Nintendo killed the entire app. So it would not be outside Nintendo's realm of possibility to just drop the entire Smash community and walk away. Hell, I mean, they could, I would say at this point, they could even go out of their way to prevent tournaments from happening in the future. I don't want it to come to that. Like some other people in the community have said, actually, I think it was when I was watching one of Coney's streams, he said that it's not fair for Smash to end like this because if it ends here, if it ends now, then that's basically everyone admitting it's like, oh yeah, that's all Smash ever was. Just a bunch of predators going after women and children. That's what we're all about. No, Smash community has to move forward, has to move on, and it has to obviously be better than what it was. It has to be a very safe, comforting, inviting environment because Smash is a game that so many people love. Like, so many people love to play it, and it's not limited to just those kinds of people. Like, everyone should feel comfortable showing up in person to a Smash Bros. Tournament and get into the scene. So, my challenge here for Nintendo is to be more involved. To be more involved in the Smash community because obviously Nintendo has taken a very hands-off approach to it. And look at what happened. I'm not saying it would have automatically been better if the Nintendo was more involved, but we don't know. And that's the thing. So I think Nintendo should be more hands-on with the Smash community. And I think that would really help if on the major scale, when you're going out to like nationals, majors, whatever the hell we call them, if there was a Nintendo rep there, a Nintendo person that, has an official status, people could come up and feel comfortable talking to because that's like an official person as opposed to the community being run by more or less a ton of volunteers. Like, no one has, you got your TOs and everything. Some of those people have been proven to have been pretty scummy. Look, it's not the point. I don't know, having an official face, I feel like would help. Put people at ease. It'd be someone to talk to, like I said, easily, because they're official. I don't know how to explain it really, but and if there's ever, God forbid, anything wrong with that Nintendo employee, they abuse their power, they can for sure 100% be held accountable. They can 100% face consequences, as opposed to pretty much everyone else who, like I said earlier, gets a slap on the wrist and probably never gets put through the legal system at all. But having more Nintendo people there, especially, like I said, official Nintendo representatives being present, keeping an eye on people, and like I said, just having someone to come up to and they can, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot they can do to help us. There's a lot they can do to help the community I feel like it could be a much better place. Um, yeah, it wouldn't feel so. I guess I don't want to say lawless, but I can't really think of a better word. I, I don't know. It just create a whole better environment for everyone, I feel. So that's my take on it. Those are my suggestions. Obviously, there's obviously very obvious things such as, no alcohol, no parties with minors. Like, I feel like that's just so freaking obvious that I didn't really state it. But if it needs to be stated, yes, please add those things to the list. Um, and like I said, this isn't a be all end all thing. It's merely ideas that I think could really help us out. So I just want to put them out there. And, like I said, as a community, we should take a look at all these ideas seriously. And if people have other ideas I didn't mention, please come forward. Let us know what you think would help us build a better Smash community going forward. But yeah, that's my take on it. And I hope something good comes out of it. Like, something good needs to come out of this going forward. I mean, there's already a lot of good coming out already, but we need to keep that momentum going. Keep building upon this good to have an even better thing than what we had. For everyone that's hurting right now, feeling betrayed by your top player or commentator, whatever, you'll be okay. It's fine. Always remember, you didn't like who that person really was. You liked that part of them that they showed you. You liked their persona, you liked their gameplay, their skills, whatever, I don't know, witty commentary they had on the microphone. Whoever it was, it is okay. Those things are replaceable. Those things are replaceable. There's going to be more top players. There's going to be more funny commentators. There's going to be more content creators. Like, you're going to find another personality you like. I promise you. You'll be okay. Don't latch onto them. Think that they can do no wrong. Don't go to bat for everything they do. Just appreciate what they bring to the community at a face value. Appreciate their skills. Appreciate their commentary. Appreciate the, I don't know, the well thought out content, the guides, whatever they're doing. But don't be so engrossed with them that you make everyone else uncomfortable and feel afraid to come forward. And if you're a victim and you're hurting, I am truly sorry any of this happened to you. I'm sorry that you came to a community expecting to feel, safe, just have fun, just have a good time, and then just go through a bunch of BS. I'm sorry. If you want to leave for good, I could not blame you at all. But I would ask that you also just try to help us a little more if you have it in you. If not, you could leave it at your stories and your experiences. You could walk away, and you've already done more than enough. So don't feel obligated to stick around and help us build it into the community that we had all thought it was, or we all wanted it to be. But I feel like it'd be a lot easier with your help. So I don't know if I have anything else to say, but yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching.